poise is that, like, where do you feel tallest? Can you find that place where you feel tallest? And I'll get them to sort of, as Richard said earlier, go back to what feels normal, natural. Now come back to that's new place that you just found. Can you find that? Sometimes I take them over the top to the other side, right? Because there's sort of a range. And where is it that you feel tallest? That's how I help people have that inquiry. For the people that started behind and they're coming up and they find the top and it feels breezy back here. Oh, I just feel like I'm sticking my butt out. I have a mirror in my office that I almost always keep covered, but I have them go and stand next to the mirror and stand how they're used to standing. Look at themselves from the side. Okay. Find that place. Look at yourself again. Are you sticking your butt out as much as you feel like you are? And they almost always go, oh no, not at all. It just feels that way. Right? So sometimes an external cue. Right?
Yeah. And I would say usually pictures are better than mirrors because it's sort of a little more objective. People can look at, oh, that's me. So like very often in those kinds of situations, so here's you standing your usual way. Here's you standing in this thing where you feel like you're sticking your butt out. And, they're like, oh yeah, obviously. I felt like I was like this, right, but actually I'm standing up straight.
So you actually take a picture, show them.
Yeah. And these days now with our whole lives now in terms of sort of internet and pictures and blah, 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 if I'm taking pictures, take them with their phones. Okay. So it's like, oh, that's they control that image.
Right. No, I just told you to turn your phone off, but you
turn your phone on
and
turn it back on.
So I was going to ask about that too, because I should remember exactly how Richard had phrased it yesterday. But when you say find the place where you feel the tallest, is that general?
Yeah, we might be at a particular joint segment for where we're working.
Okay.
But
and they can figure that out in their own bodies, like you're not saying tilt forward, tilt back, or anything. Just
I mean, I would say it depends.
Okay.
So if I start general, see where you feel, going front to back with your pelvis on your legs, find where you feel the tallest, and if they are going like, and they can't get there, then I say, okay, let's do some more cueing. But it's not a sort of out of the blue kind of question. It comes in the context of the weight-bearing palpation. It comes in the context of the work that we've already done. So it's not an out of the blue process.
But in sitting, you always have to find the initial tuberosity.
I like to, yeah. And I mean, even in sitting, a really useful thing is, can you just, here's a chair, like, do you get that now your pelvis is tipped back, right? Perching. Now the pelvis is more level. Here's the ischial tuberosities. Can you feel that perching?
With that same question of poise, people have been practicing their movement patterns for a really long time, and obviously there's practice involved with developing new movement patterns, and I understand how finding your tallest place is important and relevant for that. Do you refer out to people who are movement focused practitioners too? That's what I've been doing, and I'm looking for more tools around that, and I'm just curious if you have directions you'd like to point people for other ways to practice new movement patterns, or to get in touch with their core, whatever. Do you have any kind of thoughts on that?
I'm really spoiled because I get to go, I think now's the point where you should go across the hall and have a session with Richard. Right? Because he does a lot more of the postural education stuff that I do. I also feel like there's, whether it's for postural movement education or strength, what do I do to get stronger? There are all different methods out there, and just like bodywork methods, in any given niche or modality, there's some folks who are doing it a really great job, and there's other folks who are sort of like, oh, if I'd go to that person, right? So I usually don't, unless I know the people I'm referring to, I don't so much say, oh, well, you should definitely do yoga, right? I try to just sort of get to know people, and mostly I say, like, how do you want to move your body? Like, how do you want to explore these questions in your own body right now? And encourage them to take those steps. So that's me. You probably have a lot to say.
Yeah, you know, it's a bigger part of how I work with people, and definitely part of my training. And honestly, for me, working with people, working with posture and movement patterns in fairly simple ways, I feel like suits most people really well. Suits most people really well. Usually people have more, if somebody has like a stronger, more challenging focus, like they're a professional singer or something like that, they probably have different ideas about where they're going to try to get input from about how they do what they do. And so I tend to really talk to people mostly about like how do you sit, how do you stand, how do you walk, and stuff like that. You can do a lot with that.